What is good, y'all? This is RGB Fox, and here today we are in Blazing the Minion format. I know. I remember the amount of videos that I recorded at the end of Burst Protocol, and I regretted it. Not because I didn't like them, but because there were way too many, and Blazing the Minion was literally right around the corner. So now that we have new Blazing the Minion content, I'm going to push it out here. And of course, I'm going to show myself as round 1. Here I am facing against Aiden, playing Lunalight. And what am I playing? Well, you already can guess and see from the thumbnail. I am on Kewl. So here Aiden's going to win the die roll, and of course he's going to start Fractal into the what's it called, Silverhound discard. And his hand is not looking very good, I'm not gonna lie to you. So he's going to go ahead and set 2 cards face down, one of them being Lunalight Fusion, and then he's going to gamble with the Radiant Typhoon Vision. And yeah, he ends up drawing Peacock plus the Silverhound, or not Silverhound but Heavy Poly, and then he does get the Peacock effect to go ahead and summon back. But unfortunately, you can see that he didn't have the best start here. No extenders whatsoever aside from the Fractal start, and from there he's gonna go ahead and pass. So yeah, it sucks whenever you draw like this, because as a Lunalight player myself now, I understand how rough it feels. But here at the start of my turn, I'm going to go and draw phase and activate KTS. Aiden has no form of interruption here, so he's going to go ahead and scoop it up and move on to the next game. That was a pretty fast round 1, but wholeheartedly, right, we do end up having a bit of a grind here in this next game. So here, you see Aiden has Droplets and Fua in the main deck. I believe he forgot to side it out, and honestly, maybe I should have let him just take it back and just finish siding properly, but he probably would have wanted to continue just like that anyway. So here, right, I do go ahead and pitch a Fualos for the Silverhound, which gets me a draw, of course. And he does have a much better start here. He's going to go ahead and normal summon out the Gold Leo, and I am going to imperm it. I don't want to give him any reason to be able to have any further plays from this. Currently as well, he is locked into what, Beast Warriors, or is it just Lunalights? I believe it's just Lunalights off of the Silverhound. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have any other options. After all, he does have Kaleido. He does have access to Lunalight Masquerade. So here we're going to see him first try to dump the Yellow Martin, but he opts not to. Instead, opting to dump a fusion monster, which looks to be the Perfume Dancer. Is this worth it though? Because there isn't really any other hand trap that's a spell or trap that I could activate in my hand here to interrupt him, aside from the Imperm. But then again, it is good to have as a negate for things like KTS, Synchro Overtake, what have you. So this actually may just work out for him. Now from here, he's going to Lunalight Masquerade, and he's going to attempt to dump with the effect. And I'm looking at my hand, I'm like, what's the likelihood that I'm going to be able to play through, even a Baguska? And I think the answer is not very high. So I go ahead and drop Ash Blossom, and then he goes ahead, sets a card, and he's going to go ahead and pass. Again, he's still locked, so not much that he can really do there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut his deck. And you can notice that this video isn't sped up. Yeah, this is the normal rate of play of players who, well, I won't spoil it, but here I draw in the draw phase. I go KTS, and I drop Gamma on him. I actually drew it for turn. You know what else I drew? The Driver. Yeah, happens. But hey, at least I got to use Driver, so I'm getting value off of it, right? From here, I'm going to go ahead and resolve KTS, and I'm debating on what if that is, a Droplet? What if that's an Imperm? What if it's a Solemn Judgment? Which one do I want to grab? I'm looking through my hand here. I'm looking through my side deck. I'm like, that's my side deck. Why am I looking through that? But I'm trying to look through my extra, but then I realize, yeah, I don't need to look through it. It's a bad habit, right? So I go ahead and I think I grab Q here. Yeah, that had to have been what I grabbed. So Again, looking through the deck still, and I'm going to grab the Q here. So I think Q also ends up being good because if I do have a hand trap in hand to fuse off with it, I get to also look at his top deck. I say fuse, but synchro, and manipulate his next draw. So it could be worth it. So from here, we go straight to the main phase, and I'm going to go ahead and synchro summon actually with these two lovely monsters on the field into, well, you can probably guess. It's a card that I wanted to try here in a while, for a long time, so I am going to go for the Omega. And then from here, I'm going to go Cool Tune Q to go ahead and normal summon and activate its effect. He's going to go ahead and use Droplet here to negate and half the Cool Tune Q. Yeah, you know, something a little unexpected, but then I realized what he meant by, oh, this is not what I wanted to keep post side, but it's fine, at least for me, right? I'm looking over the Kaleido Chick, making sure that it doesn't get any effects if I disrupt a battle. So I go swing, but it's halved. Aiden, though, is a really good guy, so he lets me take it back. And so I go ahead and deal the 450 in damage. Well, 7650? Yeah. And then from here, he's gonna go ahead and pass, or I say him, I'm gonna go ahead and pass, but I'm debating on whether I want to synchro summon or not here. Can I even? I mean, I would need a 1 to make Track Maker, and then Track Maker gets me there, but if I did have that, then I probably would have used it already, and it looks like I did not, so I pass. Now here, he does draw into a Judgment, and then he sets the Fuwalos and passes. I draw for turn, and I'm thinking, okay, what can I even do here? Also, I think if my head is correct, I think I might have cheated here. I'm gonna correct it though, or at least I'm gonna try to correct what I could in the video. Let's see if I can go ahead and determine that. I'm looking through my extra deck, so clearly I have a tuner in my hand that I could potentially use to synchro summon with, right? I mean, there's no other answer. But yeah, I'm thinking I remembered something that I did here that was illegal, that I'm going to have to explain the proper ruling of. But man, I'm taking so long. Here we're cracking jokes against each other. Man, maybe I should speed it up for just this portion. But yeah, looks like I'm going to go ahead and normal summon the Fuwalos. And then I'm going to attempt to synchro. What would this be? A 7? And so here's the Wind Pegasus. Yeah. So yeah, I do cheat. So here on summon, he is debating on whether or not he wants to negate the summon of the Wind Pegasus, because it can pop spell or traps, and I was wanting to use it for the unknown. And then I go Q here. Q is an illegal play. The reason why Q is an illegal play is that the synchro monster actually does have to be properly summoned for me to be able to use its effect, and for it to recognize that it was used as a synchro material. Yeah. So that was wrong on me. Sorry, Aiden, I cheated you there. Liger, or that, what's it called? Tiger would have been really good to open. But, you know. At least we know now. I genuinely thought in my mind, hey, I'm using it as a synchro material. It's going there. I was equating it to, you know, a synchro monster, or not a synchro, but an Atlantean being able to use this effect, even if you negate the activation of, like, let's say Abyss or whatever. But nah, yeah, it's not the same. So anyways, here though, I do top deck into a Q. Of course, I'm going to go Omega to go ahead and rip the Ash that I know that's in his hand. Then I'm going to go ahead and synchro summon into Track Maker with the Rotary that I just added. It's not like I really need a normal summon anymore to make it game, because all I need is RS access, right? So here I'm going to go Chain 1, 2, and 3, but I realize he doesn't have a hand, so it's not like I can Rotary search anyways, but I'm gonna still go for it. You know, I'll just put something on his graveyard to the bottom. And then what do I add here? It could be JJ Cool Tune. Honestly, it's probably better for it to be Cool Tune Synchro. But then what do I make? He doesn't have a tuner in the graveyard, so even if I wanted to get more damage, Loudness Ward doesn't do anything for me. Yeah. So Maybe. No. This is probably as good as it's gonna get. So I believe I do add JJ Cool Tune, but no. I end up adding the mix just for follow up, just in case somehow he just knocks me out, and then we got to go into game 3. And then I go ahead, put back the Judgment to the bottom of his deck, you know, gotta let him have it. Q to rip the top deck, not like it really matters here. Again, I just gotta make it game, give him super duper poly, and then I go ahead and synchro into the RS. So RS is going to gain a lot of attack. I have about 7 tuners in the graveyard, making it gain 2100, which plus 37 is enough for game. It's 38. So I take round number 1, albeit definitely through an illegal move. I do think that if I did not Omega him on his hand, right then and there, I probably would have just Omega'd just to prevent any potential plays and then see what I can do from there, right? So I do think that I still would have taken it legally, but I definitely, you know, I have to keep in mind these certain rulings, and so it's good that I'm at least putting it on this video and putting myself on blast for doing something wrong. So with that, we have finished round number 1. So thank you guys for watching. I'll post more Blazing the Minion content, as this was from a tournament of Wednesday night. We actually had 15 players here at Epik Cards and Games. So go ahead and, you know, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, have a wonderful day, and stay safe.